Good morning, everybody. Thursday. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How we doing this morning? Oh, we got Dee, we got Heather, we got Penny. Hello. Mari is on here. Thanks for hopping on, Mari. We got Jackie on. How we doing this morning, y'all? Good?
Yep.
Awesome. Hey, Chet, how are you? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Dennis. Hi, Dennis. Good. I'm so glad you guys joined us. Oh, Fred is on here. Hi, Fred. Good morning. So I am so excited to have you guys all on here this morning. Completely am throwing out what I had planned on talking about this morning because thing has been crazy. And it made me think about a lot of things this morning. So my week has been chaotic. Last week was chaotic. Still coming off the high of the event and everything, and really honestly haven't even had time to digest everything. That was there in that room, and just so grateful for all of that. But it's all about how we shift through the chaos. That's what I want to talk about today with y'all, because my morning was just chaos. So if you guys don't know who I am already, my name is Justine Derby, and I am a wife, I'm a mom, and I'm a Metro Atlanta area realtor. And Brock allows me to pour into you guys on Thursdays, and I'm so grateful for just sharing little tidbits of what works for me in business and life and all the things. And I think it's such a great space that we have to be able to share and be relatable as human beings. Um, and this morning, I threw out everything that I was going to talk about just to explain to y'all that it was full chaos this morning. So I had a closing yesterday. I have two closings today. Did my final walkthrough yesterday evening with my buyer client closing today. And y'all, this one of the sinks was leaking. Never noted on the inspection. The sellers weren't living there. So now it's chaos of trying to figure out, well, who did what, who did who. But at the end of the day, in the contract, it states here in Georgia that the dwelling must be in the same or better condition than it was when we wrote the offer. Well, there was no leaking faucet in the offer. It was not noted anywhere in the inspection report. So I reached out to the agent yesterday, and of course I sent a video because hello, that's proof for everything, right? So sent him that, and I said, hey, the faucet down here is leaking. The rest of the house looks great, but how do we want to move forward? We either need it repaired or a credit to be given to my client. And he responds back, and he's just been a tool to work with from the very beginning, which is fine because it's kind of fun for me. But he responded back with, well, their home warranty will take care of it. We're not going to be doing anything. And so no, that's not how this works. This is the contract that you signed. So first thing this morning, I texted him and I put exactly the stipulation in the GAR purchase and sale agreement of where it stated that it needed to be in the same or better condition. And I said, you need to either provide me a credit or get it repaired before 3 o'clock. And so that was a piece of chaos I've been working through. And then my daughter had a field trip at school today, and she's going to our Braves stadium, which is a beautiful stadium, state of the art. It's beautiful. If you guys have ever been to Tourist Park, it is outstanding. It's amazing. But she was all upset. We picked out her outfit last night. She was all excited about it. Picked out her little bow for her hair, and she's not a bow person, but she wanted to wear a bow today. And she brought her outfit down, and in the midst of getting ready, she misplaced this bow that she was so excited to wear today. And instead of trying to find it, she wanted to yell at mom and say, Mom, I put it next to your bed, next to your nightstand. What did you do with it? And I'm like, oh, little girl, let me tell you, I did not touch that hair bow. So we kind of went at it this morning, and I ended up finding it sitting here at my desk when she unpacked her backpack. So I called her downstairs and I said, Adeline, you need to go check. Because I told her, I said, go retrace your steps, go check your room, go check your bathroom. Where could it be? So she comes down and she sees it on the desk. And I said, Adeline, you can't continue to blame others for your mistake, right? And this has been an ongoing challenge as a mom. She's 8 and she runs the world, and she quite frankly scares me. She has no fear of anything, y'all. That little girl, she rides the biggest horse, the second to the biggest horse in the whole entire barn that we ride at, and she's 8. And how this child controls this, I've never even ridden that horse. Anyway, just to give you a little concept of how crazy and strong-willed she is. So she comes down, she sees the bow, and we just have a conversation. And well, I'll say more of we'll say a heated conversation, because my emotions were taken over. I'm upset about my morning already with these closings and everything. So we're going back and forth, and she's like, "You're scaring me because you're yelling." And I said, "I'm only yelling because talking to you has not gotten through to you yet. Like, it's all about managing these emotions, right? And I feel like there's so much that people don't see, right? Like they look at your social media, or they look at, the outside perception, and they have no idea what you're dealing with on the inside, and it's managing all those different pieces of chaos." So she missed the bus too, which obviously is hard for me on the days that I'm doing the podcast, because I'm like, like, oh, I got to show up for her. And finally I figured out this background, so you don't have to see my chaotic, messy house, and it looks fine. But that's why I just want to be real with y'all today, because it was a freaking chaotic morning, and it's still going to be a chaotic day. But I took her to school, and we had a really good talk, because she is the type, she really is. She's a horse, like, you can't manhandle them. You gotta try a little bit, and then they gotta come to you, right? Like, they have to back their emotion down and come to you, because you can't manhandle a 1,200-pound animal that's wild. Swear my daughter's the same thing. Oh, she's the hardest thing I've ever done. And I question all the time, like, am I doing this right? Am I parenting her right? But at the end of the day, I know it resonates with her. So we talked on the way to school, and I said, look, I know you're excited about this field trip because you've been talking about it all week, and you picked out your outfit, which typically she never does. She picked out this hair bow she wanted to wear. She's not a hair bowing wearing girl. So I knew she was excited about it, but she's saying, well, I don't want to go. I'm going to have such a bad time. None of my friends are going. And I had to remind her, you know, it's our decision. Like, chaos runs our life every single day. It, but it's how we choose to move forward in our emotions in our day to continue throughout it. We got to get through to it, right? We have to. We make that choice. And I was explaining that to her. I said, so you can decide to have a really great time on this field trip that not a lot of kids get to even go on. This is an experience that a lot of kids don't have. I said, you're not just walking around the baseball field. You get to see the locker rooms, and you get to see all the behind the scenes things to this beautiful park that we get to go hang out at. And she's been there a couple times with us to see games, but she's really getting to see the behind the scenes. So it was just a really good, even reminder for myself today, that life is chaos all the time, but it's up to us how we deal with the chaos and how we move forward from it. And it's just like this other agent today. I know he's going to come back with something smirky, but also I know the contract, number one, and I know what is right and what's wrong, and I'll fight for that tooth and nail. And my client, is he worried about it? No, he's not worried about it. But it's the fact that it's the right thing to do, right? And I wouldn't be fighting for my client if it wasn't. So it was just a good reminder. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to be really real today on this Zoom, because we all go through it. We all are managing all the chaos all the time. And as my son is right here grabbing breakfast, you want to say hi? He's like, no, he just woke up. But yeah, it's so y'all share with me, how's one thing that you guys have kind of overcome a chaos challenge either this week, last week? Let's hear it. Y'all unmute and tell me I'm not the only crazy one. Who's
I've
going
got a
first? Chet.
Oh,
I think we got Chet and Heather. All right, Chet, go for it.
No, I didn't click. Sorry.
that was me, Justine.
Paul. It was Paul.
I can
I
totally
missed you. I missed you further together, just FYI.
Oh boy, I knew I wouldn't get by without that. But I just
I
wanted to add, I feel the pain on the hair bow. I deal with it every day. So
I love it. I love it. Oh, thanks, Paul. Heather, did you want to unmute?
I'm reading the comments and I'm just watching all the head shakes. And as a mother that has raised 5 children into adulthood, I just want to send out all my love to all of you guys. You're gonna make it. You're not gonna make it unscathed, but you're gonna make it. And you're gonna
Yeah,
come out stronger on the other end. But those strong-willed children, I am here to tell you, just kick ass as adults
I know. I'm like,
every single time. So
yeah.
just keep running the course. You guys have got this.
Thank you. Because sometimes, so Mari, she is my assistant, and we were talking this morning, and that was the other thing I missed. So we've been trying to implement every morning. We do a 7 a.m. powwow of what we're going through the day, how we're working together because we're not physically together. So she's handling a lot of stuff on the back end. And I had to miss that call with her this morning. I'm like, I'm so sorry. My daughter's having a meltdown. I'm kind of having a meltdown. And we were talking about it too, and she's got 2 boys. So it is always nice to hear from other parents who have gone through this. Hey, I'm not being too tough. But let me tell you, when my daughter told me that she was scared of me this morning, I'm like,
That's
I don't,
called healthy respect. It's okay.
I did tell her, I said, at the end of the day, Adeline, one day you will realize that I'm not being mean. I'm trying to have you have accountability for your actions.
Yep.
And everybody messes up, but you have to admit and you have to take accountability for that and you have to try to change it. I have the conversation with my kids all the time. I'm sorry is great, but if you're not truly working to not make that mistake again, then you're not sorry. You can't just say you're sorry and not understand the meaning behind it. So, yeah, just ever evolving parenthood it's so hard and most people just don't realize it. So, Heather, thanks for making me feel like I'm not alone. Megan, oh, Megan Humphreys is on. I love you, girl. What's up? How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Good morning. So I didn't know you had an 8-year-old. I love it. Do you have a
Yes,
boy
I
or
do.
girl?
I do, little Lily, little
Yeah, girl.
Princess
See,
Lily. Yep.
maybe we should get them together. I mean, whoo,
Yeah.
whoo, they might be a force, my friend. They might be a force of nature together.
Yeah.
How do you how's your daughter's personality? Like my daughter's is crazy high and she's not scared of anything and she's so hard-headed. But I know, like I already know she's going to come home from school today and she's number one probably going to tell me she's sorry because that's typically how she rolls. She needs to feel her emotions and then she'll come back to me and let the guard down, which is fine. But how do you handle it with your daughter? I'd love to know.
Well, your daughter sounds a lot like my youngest, who's very strong-willed, stubborn, wants to do what she wants to do when she wants to do it,
Yeah,
and then she will come back when she realizes. But Lily's very she's very reserved, she's very sweet, but I am having trouble right now with the accountability, a lot of the blaming. Um,
mhm.
and, one of the things I like to say is, I understand you made a mistake. We're going to try to do better next time because that's all we can do.
That's all you
And
can do.
so that's what she does. But she throws that in my face. Well, I'll just try to do better next time. And it's like, uh, I, I love that, but you have to actually try to live by that and
That's right.
actually put in the effort and action to do better next time. So, it's fun, but it's every day. It's, a new thing.
Right. I know. I think we all need that. It's 100%. We all need that as parents because, like, my son just got mad at me. He's like, "Are you going to take me to school today?" I'm like, "No, buddy. It's 8:30. No, sure can't." But, honey, you're about to miss your bus. I know. Why didn't you wake me up? Why didn't I wake him up? You see that? See that?
That ties in perfectly.
I was like, that couldn't have been a better plan. I mean,
Why, welcome. But yeah, it is what it is. So now he's probably going to miss the bus and I'll end up having to take him to school and miss probably my I have another appointment in 30 minutes that I'm not going to be able to make to Marietta in 30 minutes. figure it out. It'll be fine. We just have to roll with it, right? We just have to roll with it. Yeah, Bethany, you said you have a 15-year-old. Yeah, he's going on 13, and it's all right. We just roll. We just roll
So,
through it.
so Justine, I make a comment. Having raised three daughters and now have eight grandkids, the first seven of which were boys,
Wow.
I laugh because I remember all of this stuff. But I will tell you that in the future, one of the greatest things that will happen to you, and I promise it will happen, is when your kids get older and they have kids, you will find them repeating things to their kids that you said to them.
Yep.
It happens
100%.
all the time.
Amen.
Yep. And I tell my parents that too. It's it's funny because there's so many things. I feel like you always want better for your kids than what you had in your life, right? And so I was very blessed. I think my parents. Bye. Come here, City. Yeah, I love you. Come here, give me a kiss. Love you, love you, love you. Have a great day. Make it to work. Be kind. Do something nice for somebody today, okay? Love you. Hurry, don't miss the bus. Love you. Maybe he'll make the bus. Maybe. Um, but yeah, I feel like get over there. It's on the couch, hon. On the pillow. Do you see it? On the pillow. 2 seconds. I got you. All right, just go. I'll open the gate. Love you.
Chet, our daughter's raising our 6-year-old grandson, and she said to me just last week, she goes, Mom, you came out of my mouth this morning. I was like, you're welcome.
Yeah, I think it goes back to we all want to do and live a better life, and we felt we want to give our kids that better life. And it's funny that Chet, you brought that up because it's true. I mean, I look back at a lot of ways that I was raised, and nobody has that perfect childhood, but it's my parents made me into the person I am today, and there is you want to be grateful for that, right? Always. So that's just figuring it all out, y'all, this morning. Yeah. Oh, Lachey, she needed this call today. Y'all, Lachey has this adorable little boy, and Andrea, he's the sweetest little boy ever. So Lachey, he can do no wrong in my eyes, okay? I love that little one. He's so sweet. But yeah, does anybody else want to kind of unmute and tell us maybe a struggle they went through or how of a chaotic morning they were having? Ooh, Tanya. Yeah.
Good morning. I am here to say I do not have any or all of the answers at all, but I have 4 children. My oldest is 24. He's my only boy, and I have 3 girls. And the boy is the kindest, sweetest. I got him an alarm clock at 5 years old, and I've never woken him up since. Like, he's just the first child to the T. Kindest. He's the kind of kid that everybody would say when teachers were trying to figure out what really happened, or parents when they were having a play date, they pulled him aside and like, Cade, what really happened? Because he's honest. That's the first and foremost, because we never took lies. Lies did not work in this house. And then my second, which is my firstborn daughter, she's 21 right now, and we used to have knockdown, drag out arguments when she was 2. And I kept saying to my mom, I cannot take this. Like, she doesn't listen to anything. The older brother does everything you ask him. You never ask him more than once. You may ask him twice, but he knows it's usually the one rule. And this one, you argue, she knows everything. 2 years old, we were arguing. So my dad, who is the true Latin patriarch of the family, like very strict, very this, you never talk back. You do immediately what he says to do. And he was over there, and we were having, arguments with my 2-year-old. He goes, are you kidding me? He goes, I got this, Tanya, just relax. So he rolls up his sleeves and he goes upstairs, and he's going to help her get her into the bath because she's arguing. He comes back down, he's rolling his sleeves. He goes, well, I can tell you, you've got your hands full with that one. That's all he said. He's like, you just like, good luck, right? And my mom kept telling me, Tanya, she is going to be your hardest, but let me tell you, do not crush her. Whatever you do, do not crush her spirit. Let her have that lane. Let her be who she is, because it will serve her so well as a grown woman. She goes, it is going to be so hard on you. And it has been, right? And now I have 2 more girls that are 16 and just turned 18, junior and senior in high school. And accountability is like the biggest discussion we have with the younger two. It's the older two did kind of what they, needed to get done. Both of the older ones were captains in their high school team and captains in their college team for lacrosse at D1 schools. And the younger two are the senior is a captain on her high school lacrosse team. She's not going to play in college, and then the younger one will play in college as well. But what I'm looking at is there's a pattern. Is as hard as we think we are on our kids. It took my 21-year-old till she was 20, realizing she now has really good friends, to say,
Right.
Mom, now I know why you didn't let me spend the night at so-and-so's house, and why you stopped letting me go hang out with so-and-so, because you kept telling me that you are a reflection of who you hang out with. Whether you're doing it or not, you are guilty by association. It could be for the good
That's
or it
right.
could be for the bad. And if they're making bad choices, you're guilty even if you're not doing it. And she didn't get it.
That's
And she
right.
said, now I understand. She goes, those girls that you wouldn't let me hang out with, they got pregnant before they graduated high school. One was pregnant as soon as she got into college. Like down the path of drugs, like all these
Yeah.
things. And she's like, I've got such good friends. So she thanked me as a 20-year-old in college, realizing, like, I know now why you were so hard on me. But
Right.
these kids are turning into leaders, even though I think that I'm screwing them up and I'm not doing the right thing. And oh my gosh, I don't have any of the answers. But these are self-selected, not so these are team voted on selected captains, both in college and in high school. And they
Yep.
all have shown that leadership skill. So whether I find it hard and struggling,
It's the right
they're
thing.
learning something. They're learning something,
Always.
So I
Always.
guess that's,
And that's my son's kind of going through that in his sports too. He's kind of in the mindset of, well, my team, I'm doing everything that I can, but my team, and he's not wrong. The teams that he has in baseball and football right now, they'll get great momentum, but then they start losing, and then it just completely drops off. And so the mindset completely shifts. And I said, Justin, you're already looked at as that leader from your coaches. So you've got to now lead that team. And whether that's just saying, hey, man, don't get all upset. There's this one kid that he does not want to be on the team. Even the mom is very negative about it. I'm like, the mom mode wants to come out and say, if you guys don't want to be here, up and leave, right? But I told Justin, I said, look, it's these kids are looking up to you whether or not you think it or not. I mean, we have parents on the team that are telling us that all the time, as Justin's a great coachable kid. Like it's all these things, and we sit there and we think we're horrible parents, but at the end of the day, what other people can see and other friends can see in our kids is huge. And I love that, Tanya. I think that's great.
yeah.
And we are raising leaders when we're doing it the right way. And I question, especially when my daughter told me she was scared of me this morning. I'm like, oh my God. But then I'm like, no, girl, you just trying to manipulate me. Like, oh, I ain't hitting you or nothing. So,
That's
yeah,
a good thing. I was terrified of my father. He loved me. He never raised a hand at me. He never struck me,
right.
nothing. He was the kindest person, but he was very firm and strict. And I
Yeah,
wish my kids looked at me like that. So they do. The older ones do. The younger ones, they just, it's a whole different generation. But,
it is.
that's good if you've got the fear, because we are their parents first and foremost. We want to be
Right.
their
I'm not here
friend,
to be your
but that doesn't
friend.
serve them,
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
I love you, but I'm not here to be your friend.
that's
So,
it. That's a
oh,
good thing. So take
thank
that
you
as a
so much.
compliment. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing. Whew. She has me question my emotions all the time. Crazy girl. But Christian, you had your hand up. We'd love to hear from you.
You all know I love giving my 2 cents. So,
Always.
I thought about um, when boats, ships are in the ocean, there's a storm. One of the ways that they can stabilize a storm, think chaos, is they
Right.
can drop anchors, right? And
Yep.
those anchors sit down below the surface and they stabilize the boat during the storm. And so I love analogies. The
Yes.
storm is the chaos in our life, and those anchors can be daily habits we have, the morning rituals, prayer, whatever it is that sets you, having those anchors in your life can help you stabilize during the storm. It doesn't make the storm go away, but it brings
Yeah.
stability throughout the storm. So
Kind of keeps us grounded,
my two
right?
cents.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
that. I love the anchor analogy for sure. Staying grounded, staying, where you are, stay where your feet are. Thank you for sharing that. We all need that reminder. We all need that reminder. And I knew talking about this today, it would have hit with so many. So thank you guys. Latrice.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good
So I
morning.
have Jessie Yesenia here. We met on the prayer call. So she came to Florida. So
No
we're like
way.
doing
Oh my
mindset together.
This makes
Oh
me
my gosh, I love this.
I know. Brock, look at this.
Yep. Thank you, Brock. Thank
I
you,
love
Brock.
this.
So yeah, it's so good to meet her. She came all the way from New York.
Oh
So I
my
told her I love
God.
New York. Please take me back to New York.
Right? Yeah. Can we do it? Like, let's just do a trip and we just all visit.
Yes.
I mean, how fun would that
Jesse, just be careful. I met Latrice too, and when I went down there,
I told her.
and I've never been the same ever since. She took
be?
me
Aw,
places. I was just like, I'm like, Latrice, do you even know where you're going? Like, do you live here? Like, we were like all over the place.
I love that.
I
Oh,
had to take him on a tour through Walt Disney.
yeah, for sure. You got to. You got
But
to.
yeah, so yeah, just thankful for this platform too. You know, this is where we talked about how we've met so many people. She talked about how she met some of you in Tennessee as well.
It
And
was so good.
so yeah, I wanted to comment that on our kids, you know, we have 3 girls also and 1 boy. And our boy seems to, you know, want to do his own thing,
Hmm.
not making the best choices.
Yeah.
But I love what the other lady just said. Don't crush their spirit,
Right.
because even though they are making mistakes, we have also made mistakes. We have
Definitely.
also, at one point, right, didn't make the best choices. And God reminds me of that he's going to be fine. Your daughters are going to be fine. Yes. All parents, no one gave us like a roadmap, right, on how to raise our kids, because they're all
Right.
different. But we do
They're
have to
all different.
show, yeah, we do have to, you know, show by example, do the best we can, pray for them always. And I
Yeah.
always look at the hardest struggle. Like, you can look at Rock and what he came from. He made the decision for the drinking, you know, he cried out to God for you know, the bad decisions. I use him and I use Justin Ford as prime examples that Justin Ford has been to jail. Justin Ford got beat up by,
That's
you know,
right.
cops. Justin Ford was on drugs and alcohol. Not to say that that is the path, right? But that is to say that God has a plan and his plan will not change.
That's right.
And the harder that, I guess I want to say, that path that they go through, I believe the more powerful they will be, because God is still going to use that for his good. Like your 8-year-old.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
That girl, I don't even know the little girl, and I can already tell that
That's
girl
my
is going to
patience
be
each and every day,
something
girl.
powerful.
But it is. I mean, you just watch her and her presence and her confidence, and I mean, it blows me away. It blows me away, but it's also like at some point you have to rein it in a little bit. You know, bring her down, keep her humble a little bit. But it's amazing to see what our kiddos turn into, and we have to let them make those mistakes, right? I mean, that it's
How
life,
else are
and we
they
don't
going to learn?
exactly how are they going to learn until they make those mistakes, and that's just part of real life. And so, thank you guys so much for today. I needed it. I think I needed to just make sure I wasn't the only one. Because man, when she, like I said, when she hit me with, "I'm scared. You're scaring me." I'm like, well, damn, maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. But yeah, it's real life, and we just do the best we can do. And that's what I told her. I said, look, we have a choice today, and you have a choice to leave this car when I drop you off and change your day and your mindset, because you're going to have a great time on that field trip. You're going to have a great time. So, Brock, I didn't even let you get to talk today. Sorry, you had your hand.
I can say what I need to say in 1 minute.
Perfect.
Put a 5 in the chat if you have a child, grandchild, or a child of some sort, or you raised a child, or you had an adopted son, daughter, whatever it is, put a 5 in the chat if you have some experience with a child in some capacity, yours or somebody else's. Reason why I ask, the greatest thing that I've learned from this show is learning from other people who've experienced children, and just like I hear so many stories here today. So, like, my experience is I help new families, new parents who've just having a newborn. Like, I remember the first time getting out of the hospital with Brielle, like, didn't know how to buckle the seatbelt up and am I doing it right? By the time I had Bryce, and I only had 2 kids. I say this is because one is I want to thank all the experienced parents out here, because truly myself and others learn from you. You've all
Definitely.
helped me, and I'm sure others on here, because I just know it's just part of the process. I used to
Yep.
get worked up all the time, and anymore, because of you all, I don't get worked up. And I will say this to the experienced parents, because my parents are almost 80 years old. You're always learning and you're always growing, because my parents today, their challenge is we have 5 kids and 3 of us are divorced. And they sometimes question themselves, like, I thought we raised our kids right. I thought we did all the right things. And whatever it is, but my mom always says this, because I said it to her the other day, because sometimes you second guess, like, my brother and I are addicts, and you maybe second guess yourself. And I can only go based off of my parents' conversations, but they're still growing through faith. Like, you get to have these opportunities, no
Right.
matter what it is. I'll go back to Cullen and I'll end it on that. Like, you get to have these opportunities, you get to grow. And then what I will share with you is to help another parent, is to
Yes.
help them in some capacity, like Dennis put on his. Like, you've all added something, and he had his 3 sons, and Bethany and Heather with their 5 kids, and Chet with his grandkids, and Latrice, like Christians with Ezra. Like, I'm like telling him, like, oh, bud, wait until you hear this. Why? Because I'm taking my experiences and I'm sharing with him, saying it's going to be okay. And so I think today's message is just to say it's going to be okay,
It
and
is. It's
somebody
going to
else
be
has
okay.
experienced it. So thank you,
We're
Justine. Great
Well,
show
thank
today.
you guys for being so open and sharing everything. And we all get through the chaos, right? And it's how we choose to handle the chaos and how we choose to allow our emotions to dictate the rest of our day. So I'm choosing that it's going to be a great day. I'll let y'all know how it pans out with this closing and this agent and the leaky sink. And it's going to be a good day, because at the end of the day, my clients are going to be happy in their new home and it's going to be great. So thank y'all so much. Y'all have an amazing Thursday. I'll see y'all next week. Maybe a little less chaotic, but let's be real, probably not.
Hey, Justine, this is
Hey,
Michelle.
Michelle.
Before we leave,
Yes.
what an incredible show today. I just really enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you,
But I
Michelle.
wanted to invite everybody tomorrow to Figure It Out Friday Authors Edition. We have an incredible speaker coming on. He is a Navy SEAL, and I believe it took him 3 times to
Wow.
qualify in order to be a SEAL. He's an overcomer, national speaker. I met with him, had breakfast with him, and I'm just really excited. So I hope everyone will join us
Awesome.
tomorrow. It's going to be awesome.
I love that story that he overcame and he never gave up after 3 times. Like I'm
He
definitely going to try to. I'll be on my way to an appointment, but I'll definitely try to hop in from my car. Absolutely. That's awesome. I love to hear that people that don't give up. I love that. What's more inspiring than that, and hearing that in real time in their challenge. So thank you for
absolutely.
sharing. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
we'll
you.
see you tomorrow.
Bye guys.